Over the holiday weekend, I made 2 batches of homemade eggnog. Each batch uses 6 egg yolks, so I had 12 egg whites in my fridge just waiting to be cake. I recently got 12 chickens, so I feel like I'm about to have way more eggs than I know what to do with. So let's get good at making cake now. I've made an angel food cake from scratch before. It was like a spill over burn to the bottom of the oven situation, but I'm a lot better at cooking now than I used to be, so I think it'll be all right. This recipe is from Chew Out Loud, and I have linked it in the description along with the eggnog recipe that got me here in the first place. To start out, we'll preheat our oven to 375 and sift our cake flour in a bowl with our sugar. We're gonna set that aside and pull out the stand mixer. To the mixing bowl, we wanna add all 12 room temperature egg whites, along with cream of tartar and salt. We're gonna beat this on medium-high, slowly adding in this second set of sugar until soft peaks form, and then we're gonna kick it up to high until we get those nice, beautiful, glossy, stiff peaks like this. Switching our mixer to low, we're gonna add in our flour sugar mix from before, along with vanilla and almond extract. Vanilla bean paste is always my go-to for vanilla. I'm a huge fan. I love that it leaves little specks of vanilla, and I just think it tastes great. We are going to mix this till just combined and then use a spatula to scrape down the sides and kind of fold any last dry bits in. We want our batter to be super lofty and wonderful. Next, we will spoon the batter into our ungreased tube pan. It's super important that you do not grease it because we're gonna be flipping it upside down, and we don't want it to fall out. I'll be using a classic 2-piece tube pan. I'm pretty sure this is the only thing this pan is good for. We are going to bake that for 28 to 32 minutes, or until the top is golden and crispy and springs back when you poke it. As soon as you remove it from the oven, you are going to flip it upside down and rest it on the lid of a Worcestershire sauce bottle. This part is essential. Just kidding. You can put it on like a wine bottle or whatever you want, but the Worcestershire sauce bottle was always my mom's signature move. My Worcestershire sauce bottle's a teeny boy, so I had to pull in a couple reinforcements. While your angel food cake cools upside down, go ahead and pick off all of the crispy golden brown bits and eat them immediately. This is your treat for having to wait for it to bake and also having to wait for it to cool. These little crispy guys are on the bottom of our cake, so no one will ever see if you make a mess of it. Once your cake is fully cool, hatch it from its tube pan using a thin knife or spatula around the edges. Using a 2-piece tube pan lets you separate the bottom from the sides, and it makes it a little easier. Then you can kind of saw the bottom piece off, and then you've got your beautiful cake. Go ahead and display it on your best cake plate. This one was handmade for me by my dad. Thanks, Dad. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm probably just gonna like tear chunks of this, carry it around like a sourdough boule. I put together a little bit of whipped cream and some berries that I thawed from the freezer. These ones were foraged here on our property in the backyard. There's a lot of Himalayan blackberries. Some of them taste really good, so we froze them for this. So I like a bread knife for this situation because it really just, oh my gosh, like butter. Like butter. Look at this thing. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. This part of the video is the taste test. So we got the berries and we got the whip. It's so light and fluffy. Very vague flavor. I feel like I could have doubled the vanilla. Definitely could have doubled the almond extract, but as you know, I didn't measure, so. Oh, I feel like it smells better than it tastes. Oh, it's a sponge. The berries. You kind of need that little bit of tart. The recipe for this angel food cake and the eggnog recipe that I love is down in the description. Okay, thanks, bye. Oh my God, it's time to be real. It's so freaking jiggly. Okay.